Welcome back to the Z Monster channel. Yes, if this is your first time visiting on this particular channel, we go over all of our gardening and canning and home projects that we do since moving from California out to South Carolina, and show how the difference of living styles and things of that are. And we do a lot of garden stuff, especially, and garden updates on here. So if you like that, please subscribe and follow everything that we do here. I want to start off with some of the starter plants we got going on here. These are going to be Roma tomatoes, from what my wife tells me. And we got them started off in these little cardboard hoo-hoos, I guess you would call them. That's what we called them as kids. And these are larger ones here, and then we've got some other smaller ones here, which are like from toilet paper rolls. And it makes a good starter plant thing because it's easy to tear open when you want to put it in the ground. These ones had some stuff started, but nothing's growing in them yet. And then these ones here have, we believe, jalapenos. My wife didn't mark this particular package, so this is a surprise plant, but we're hoping it's jalapenos. And then back here, we have nothing again. If you haven't watched some of our other videos, we did get done rebuilding our deck back here. And finally did actually fire up the fire pit so far one time when our kids came out to visit us. Yeah, they do actually come out and visit us every once in a while. But yeah, we've got the garden, and we want to kind of go over the garden update as well as getting ready for the season. As you can see, the grass is just starting to turn green and stuff again. It's been brown for a long time, but we came out here this year and we trimmed back all the trees. So all on the outside here, you got all the fig trees that we had and our peach tree that we were having problems with, and we don't know if it's going to come back for sure or not. Over there, we also had this humongous fig tree, which, as you recall, or maybe not if you're new, this fig tree actually was just one of the scrapings off of the other fig tree, and we planted it in here. And this soil just took off, and this thing is humongous. I mean, the grasp around this thing, I mean, this is a big stalk compared to the ones that we pulled them off of out there. Over here we've got our grapes and our grape trellises. These are the muscadine grapes. You've got your purple or red and your green one going up here, and we trimmed those back for the winter. And then over on this side we have our seedless ones. At least that's what the tags said. And we've got green and red on those ones. These ones did not produce last year, but they did grow up a little bit. So we're feeling pretty confident about it. And we'll see how that turns out. These ones have produced for the past 2 years, and my wife is eating them. She eats most of them while she's out here doing her gardening stuff. Over here we've got a couple of berry bushes, and they're starting to get their leaves on them, and they're budding up. These are blueberries. Blueberries and raspberry bushes were the ones that are over here. I think both of these are the same. I think they're both raspberry ones. Over here you can see that we put down a lot of mats to help keep the weeds and stuff from coming up. We also put like old rugs and stuff that we find in storage units. We do buy storage units for a living, so if you want to watch those, you can watch our Storage Chasers channel and watch all the stuff that we find in there. As well as when we go to the dump, we get all these old trampoline parts, like the netting and stuff from trampolines, and people throw them away. It makes great little ground coverings for our garden, and we can actually take these up and we can put them on top of our canopies that we built to cover up some of these nice plants that we got planted here. We got a lot of starter ones here. In here is our bed of asparagus, and it comes and goes every year. It takes several years to get it established really good, but this is where all the asparagus is at, and hopefully it's going to come back again this year. Over here, which looks like we got some starter plants in this one. And what is in this one here? These are all peas. And this one here, And in here is going to be our strawberries. You can see we've got a couple of them, you know, ones that made it through the last 2 seasons, and other ones are farther down that end there from the ones we purchased, and a couple other ones that hopefully will survive. But we had peanuts growing in here, and it kind of choked out some of the other stuff that was in here last year. So we're going to focus more on getting the strawberries, because we like strawberries and we like canning them and making things out of them. This was another compost box that we built up, and we're making compost in. But because the soil was so good here, my wife actually planted her carrots in here. So you can see all the little baby carrots are coming up here, and there's quite a few of them in here. But it makes for a raised bed, but it also, like I said, once we're done with the carrots, we just keep stirring this up, and we can use this as compost and mix it with other soils for later. So that's always good. This is just a pile of plastics and containers and racking that we're going to use for covering stuff. Under here, got more of our little A-frames. These ones here are removable. The ones that are on top of these raised beds over here, we actually have them bolted down and hinged, so once they're covered with plastic, we can actually swivel them up out of the way to get to the plants and then close them again. These ones here aren't bolted to the ground or anything, and you can move them anywhere to any row that you need to have the coverage. And it, you know, they're pretty inexpensive to build out of just some Schedule 40 PVC and some stuff. But got some lettuce growing in here, really nice. And you know, we're trying to diet a little bit and eat a little healthier, so I don't know if it's really dieting as much as more eating healthy. But we do have a lot of different types of lettuce growing in here, and being that the winter is supposed to be done, we're gonna get some growing. And you know, we got stuff growing kind of everywhere here. Got the canopies all up here. We got some plants that are left over from last year that we're hoping are going to still continue to produce. We've got all the wood chips and everything composting stuff that we had down on top of the ground here to keep the weeds from coming up, which has really been helpful this year. So we're probably not going to have to rototill, from what my wife tells me, but we may still have to kind of mulch up some of this stuff to break it down into soil, just to loosen up the soil for whatever we're growing. This area here is where we had our jalapenos last year. So what we did is we were told that you can actually grow jalapenos year to year to year, and all you got to do is cut them back for the season and that they'll come back. So we don't know if that's true, but we're trying it this year. So as you can see, we have the jalapeno there in the cage, and it's feels pretty brittle and dry to me, so I don't know if that's going to come back. I think it may be dead, but we're going to give it a shot because we heard that you could. So there's like about 6 or 7, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plants in here, although this one may actually be a habanero plant here. But we got this row here that were cut back, and they, like I said, they look kind of dry and crispy to me, so I don't know for sure if they're going to come back. But like I said, we got the seeds starter plants growing, and we're going to get some jalapenos either way. We do make like the jalapeno poppers. We make our own nachos and nacho slices. I mean, not nachos, nacho slices out of them. We make our own jalapeno hot sauce out of them, and we can all of that stuff, so it's usable for, you know, several years if we need to keep it that long. Over here, like I said, we're just getting it all prepped for the upcoming season. As you're watching this video here, we have just entered into March, so it's time to start getting your plans set up for what you want to grow. Start getting the seed starters going, getting the ground cultivated, all that good stuff. And yeah, we are ahead of the game, I think, for this season. We're gonna, like I said, this is this particular area here was where we had all of our purple-eyed whole or black-eyed purple-hulled beans or something, whatever that was. They were all in this area here, and all we did was we just cut all the stalks down, just laid it on top of the ground so that the weeds don't come through. and choke everything out and overgrow. I mean, that doesn't mean weeds stop. You can see in here there's still some green, so there is some weeds that, you know, will come in there, but it's much easier just to pick through the few spots where the green is and to pull those out than it is to have to rototill and re-rake the entire garden area. You know, since my wife does most of the work out here in the garden anyway, whatever makes it easier for her is better. Outside here, underneath this blanket over here, is another one of our compost piles. This is where we put some food debris, and we either put rabbit poop or cow manure out there, and we mix that up and stir it up. So we make some really good compost out there as well. And then we do, of course, buy some bags of stuff from the local home improvement centers, just to add to, you know, add to the soil to help it depending on what we're growing where. This here bunch of stuff here is the lemongrass, and we have this planted in a couple spots. We have one there, we have one bunch here, we have another bunch here, and there's another bunch way over there. And that is actually put here because it draws certain bugs to the garden that are necessary, and then it detracts other bugs and critters from the garden that are trying to eat stuff that we don't want in here. So that's a good one to have. We also have this one here. We're going to see if it comes back this year. This was a flower, some type of flowering bush. I want to say not dandelions, but just another flower type of thing. The name escapes me currently, but we had that grown in here because we were trying to get some of the flowers pollinated, and they said if you had these types of flowers in your garden, then it helps to draw the bees here, and then they pollinate other stuff while they're here, you know, while they're visiting. So yeah, we had that going on for us too. And yeah, so like I said, we've had a lot of rain, excessive amounts of rain. So hopefully, like I say, we got the grass starting to grow back up here, and we're gonna have to start cutting the grass probably here in the next couple of weeks. We'll have to start, and we cut the grass here at least once a week. I try to do it once every 2 weeks, but it does get a little bit taller. But you know, you get the riding lawnmower and it works out good. Over here we've got some an Asian spice here that my wife's growing in this pot, and in this one here, yes, a couple of corn stalks. That's what you see there, right? At least that's what it looks like. We also have leeks and sweet potatoes and onions and other things like that. These were our starter totes for our purple sweet potatoes for last season, and we got some good production out of it. But the totes, of course, get dry rotted and cracked out, so we're going to see what soil we can save, mix in some other good stuff with it. And what we're doing is we're putting them inside these planters now that we actually got from a storage unit as well. And we're replanting. Like this one has the sweet potatoes in it, this one does too. This one has something else in it I can't remember off the top of my head. And like I said, we got a lot of standing water pots from rain collection. We've got our big 300-gallon container here that collects the rainwater off of the roof, and it only collects off of one side of the roof, but it is full, and it's been full and overflowing from this season. Like I said, we've just had excessive amounts of rain. And then outside of our master bedroom window, we still have our flower bed that has all of the spices growing, and the rosemary, the thyme, some garlic chives and things like that. But you can see all the trees still not getting their leaves back yet, but we do have a really beautiful day today after probably, it seems like, a couple months of rain. It is a beautiful day out here in South Carolina, and it's a beautiful time to, like I said, get your garden going. So hopefully you like the garden update and kind of see what we're got going on here. And of course, we are going to have a lot more stuff growing, so please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And as always, we'll talk to you later.